How's it going, everyone? We've got a huge Digimon Story Time Stranger update to go over in this video. If you're not completely sold on the game, well, Bandai Namco is gonna do everything in their power to sell you on it after all of the trailers, the previews that have dropped, the game just looking absolutely incredible. And you know what? The hardcore Digimon fans are already sold on it, but I've said it over and over again. When it comes to Time Stranger, a big aspect of this game is to get a newer audience into Digimon Story Time Stranger. Not necessarily people that have never played a Digimon game or aren't familiar with Digimon, although those people coming in would be great, but those people that are more casual fans, it's to sell those people on it, and they will be dropping a free demo on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The PC release will be tomorrow. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series will be coming on September the 11th. We'll talk all about that. And speaking of getting new people into a franchise, there's another game that also got a demo. Trails in the Sky First Chapter has gotten a brand new trailer. The battle trailer for Trails in the Sky First Chapter has dropped, and the battle system is going to be a big aspect of the game. We'll talk that at the end of this video, as the gameplay and combat is being improved greatly from the original that came out 20 years ago. But right off the top again, I do want to note Digimon Story Time Stranger, the demo does launch September the 10th for PC, September 11th for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, and this is coming off the heels of a bunch of previews going up as well based on 4 hours of gameplay playtime, and I imagine this will be the introduction of the game, and it'll give you a good idea of what to ultimately expect. Much like the Trails in the Sky First Chapter demo, I am very much of the mindset that it's like, man, I'm already sold on this game. Do I really need to play the demo and then be upset when the demo concludes? And then I'm like, oh man, that's a little bit of a bummer. Now I gotta wait till October the 2nd. But the fact they are doing a demo just reinforces that idea to me that this is a game that Bandai Namco is looking at to really put the promotional muscle behind. And I really got a sense of that when Bandai Namco had their summer game showcase and they put Digimon Story Time Stranger as the concluding game of that event. You guys gotta pay attention, if you care about game promotion, to little things like that in how events are structured. And obviously the opening and closing of those events are the big spots where you put the games that maybe they aren't the biggest games in the world from a perception standpoint, but how do you elevate perception? By putting those games in that position. That's why Sony, for example, put Fair Game in the opening of PlayStation Showcase of 2023, because they feel very strongly about it as a live service game. They are very meticulous about these things, as they should be, and you're seeing that here with the demo coming out as well, in terms of creating that excitement for Digimon Story Time Stranger outside of just the hardcore Digimon fan. Yeah, they already got my money. They got a lot of your guys' money, but it's time that Digimon expands. We do need this IP to expand. I'm not saying it's ever going to be Pokemon, far from it, but can it be a core IP for Bandai Namco to get consistent game releases, and we don't have to wait 7 years in between Digimon story titles, or there can be multiple Digimon game franchises running? You know, I know Survive came out a couple of years ago, but in terms of getting consistent output for Digimon as an IP, again, you don't have to have it be as successful as Pokemon, but if there's a core audience that is growing, and look, Pokemon has a lot of people disenfranchised at this point. There's an opportunity, there's a window here for an alternative to come in, much like what Battlefield 6 and the excitement around that, and Call of Duty is being a little bit overplayed and people aren't liking the direction of Call of Duty. I don't think Battlefield is going to dethrone Call of Duty, but in the standpoint of offering an alternative that people are going to be engaged with, offering a demo, I think, is going to go a long way for Time Stranger, and it's free for everyone, and hopefully that'll get people excited for the full game. You know, it is a $70 game, so that might be a little bit of a stretch, but games these days are just going to be... You think the next mainline Pokemon game isn't going to be $70? It's going to be $70. Pokemon Zeta A on Nintendo Switch 2 is $70. That's just a standard price point a lot of people are going to have to accept, and yes, it is a bummer, and I do think that $70 price tag is going to be a barrier for not just Digimon Story Time Stranger, but a lot of games that aren't the biggest games under the sun. And you know, as much as I'm excited for Digimon Story Time Stranger, it's not the biggest game under the sun. It is coming out the same day as Ghost of Yotei. It is coming out around the same time as a billion other titles, so keep that in mind. But if you are looking to play the game on PC, let me give a good shout to our friends over at Green Man Gaming. They do have Digimon Story Time Stranger 10% off, $63 for the base game. You've got it at $90 for the deluxe edition, and then the ultimate edition is $108. 10% off across the board. You don't pay tax either, so you're saving a little bit more on top of that. So good stuff there. Check out the link in the description box below. If you end up buying it, we do get an affiliate kickback. And with any edition of the game, you do get the pre-order bonus pack. And that includes quite a lot. The trainable Digimon of Agumon Black and Gabumon Black, costume uniform of certain school, protagonist Danyuki costume uniform, and protagonist Kananyuki costume uniform, adventure item set, consumables medical spray, consumables multi-recovery, consumables full revival spray, and the equipment attacker attachment and equipment garter attachment. That'll all be available as a pre-order incentive. Alright, moving on from that, another game I feel like that very much fits the criteria of trying to expand a franchise. Trails in the Sky First Chapter, a ground-up remake of the very first Legend of Heroes game, the game that kicked off this overarching saga of however many games it is at this point. You've got 3 games in the Sky Trilogy, 2 games in the Crossbell Duology, 4 games in Cold Steel, that's what, 9 games, Reverie, and 12, you've got 12 games with game number 13 coming out in January. I believe I got the number right. And then, if you want to include the remake as a separate game, but this is the first game in that saga, and you do have a battle trailer showcasing a variety of the different abilities and gameplay of the game. And remember, with this Sky remake, and the demo is available, so if you want a taste of the gameplay, just go download the demo. Yes, another game that's expanding a franchise and releasing a demo. I don't think these things are done accidentally. The demo is available, and it gives you insight into the real-time combat and the command-based combat, so that's something that is a fantastic improvement that I feel like Legend of Heroes has made, where you do have this element of some real-time gameplay and the command-based gameplay that has added another layer to the game. And I know not everybody wants to completely go into turn-based battle after turn-based battle, so that real-time action gameplay does offer quite a lot, and I think people do appreciate that, and it keeps the game moving at a better pace a lot of the times. But a lot of the depth and the nuance of the game is going to be in those command battles that are going to be available, and there's going to be a lot of various abilities and nuances that you're going to have to utilize in those battles as well. And customizability has been a core aspect of Legend of Heroes in terms of the depth to its gameplay. But Trails in the Sky First Chapter is out September the 19th. I could not be more excited for it. It's one of my most anticipated games of the rest of the year. Really, Digimon and Trails in the Sky. For more niche games, those are two of my top excited games. And on top of that, you know, you got so many big games coming out, but hopefully both of these games do expand these IPs into a newer audience as well, which would be phenomenal to see. But that is going to do it for me. Again, go ahead and check out Digimon Story Time Stranger. The demo will be available September the 11th on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, September the 10th, 6 p.m. on PC and Steam. And if you are picking the game up on Steam, check it out at Green Man Gaming. You can get it 10% off. And Trails in the Sky First Chapter, that's got a free demo available right now as well, and it gets its battle trailer. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.